here we have insurance carrier. Yeah, it's a reflexive association. It's a related and spread is clear. Reflexive association. Spread that. Spread that. Yeah, it's very hard to explain that reflexive association. You can't. Yeah, explain that. Okay. Mm. Lots of insurance company. Yeah, patient. We have an attribute insurance carrier. Okay. Insurance carrier means company. All right. So insurance carrier means company. And this one, primary insurance carrier, it doesn't mean the company. Company. This is not a company. Attributes is a company, but here the role is not a company. Remember last time I explained the New Century Clinic. It's even TA, confused about that. So it's very complex. Primary insurance carrier is a is the person to pay the bill, all right? Patient, that's the role, all right? Patient role is it's not the company. If you say that's primary payer, all right, insurance payer, it would be easier for you to understand that. So patient, that's a company. It's an insurance company, right? Buy the policy, insurance policy. And when we use reflexive association, patient cannot be a company. Possible. Patient. If you are the primary payer, right? You need to pay for your family, right? Your family. So you are the insurance primary insurance carrier. You use well, probably I don't blame you, because here is the role of this one. So if I use person plays role, right? Could be child. It's the role of the person, the parent, right? So you can define that two, right? No, zero probably, no. So the two and child, zero to many, right? Many person. That's a role, reflexive association. What's the difference between this and this? Yeah, there's a reflexive aggregation association. Yeah, so yeah, reflexive association is a reflexive aggregation association, right? So this is already explained that, right? And anyone give me an example? Reflexive aggregation association. Prepare. No such. Raise your hand. Aggregation. Right. Reflexive aggregation association. So you have the example. Let's explain the example. Mm. What does it mean? What does it mean? You just said that, right? So reflexive aggregation relationship. Yeah. Yes. So the example ingredient, right? Ingredient. Yeah, we have an aggregator. So think about that. You probably have some seasoning, seasoning. So some of the, components can combine it, you know, combine that. If you have ingredient, you have 10 ingredient. Part of that you can combine it together. Also an ingredient. That is reflexive aggregation. ingredient 就是看是在什么情况之下的 ingredient。那我刚刚讲的也许是调味，也许是化学原料，都是原料，但是有些呢包括了不止一种。Okay, they're all ingredient. It's a flexible aggregation relationship. Okay, and the multiplicity. So multiplicity, so already know that. Okay. So what else? Next week we will talk more about something, but okay. If you see that, right, whatever, the arrow head toward the other sides. If we put this right, customer, right, but the arrow head toward customer, then it depends on. All right, so we have two clusters: flight number, departure dates, departure city, arrival city, regular fare, discount fare, first class fare, right? Can get fare. Know something and do something. We have fare, so we can get fare, right? We can add here, add customer. So get confirmation code. We have two classes now, freight customer, right? Carry, carry. Which one depends on which? Which one depends on which?
Right dispense customer.
How do you know?
Uh, and let us selection.
Yeah, how do you know that? How do you know freight depends on customer? So tell me that because you can see the arrowheads, right, toward customer, all right? Anything that a freight need to do should ask customer which one. How do we know it?
You mean that add customer?
Yes, good. So add customer, no, add customer, all right? So add customer, right?
Yeah.
Customer, no. Yeah. So the dependency relationship, all right? Customer is the data. So we have rights, we have customer, right? But the fry need to know, customer. So we might have the, when we wanted to add a customer, right? There are different way to do it. We can take customer as a parameter, right? Inside add a customer, or we have the customer, right? So we can here add a customer, but we take customer as a parameter into add a customer. And customer doesn't need to know right. So here, because right depends on customer. Okay, obligations, right. About the relationship, if I said that the relationship, Tony, Tony, tell me relationship between car and size. What's the relationship between car and size? Relationship. Raise your hand if you know it. Yes, that would be mental
Aggregation.
aggregation. Why?
Uh, Car has a size.
Okay, this is size. Kara? Same.
Size.
Car depends on size. Yes, the US does size car. So it says aggregation. Let's change this way. The same? Is that Kara? The same? Car. Color? The same.
Sorry, I can see that I have
Color. Color.
car depend on color.
The same. So the same.
Yeah. Yes.
Does anyone has a different answer? Darren? Association?
Yes. Car associate color.
Okay, car associated with color, right? So it's a one way or two way.
Two-way.
Two way. So if it's a two way, then car should have color as an attribute or parameter, and color also need to know car. It's an association, it's aggregation. What else? Please.
Composition.
Composition. Composition. So you said that the car compose color.
Car compose color. Yes.
Composition. So the car knew the color.
Yes.
When we destroy car, then it's gone with the color.
Yes.
So here it's also it's aggregation is a kind of association, and composition is special kinds of aggregation, with stronger binders. Right. What else? So I wanted to know how you design it. Right. What else? So we have association, right? And we have aggregation, composition. What can you see? What can you see? Yeah. Leo?
Will be like this dependency relationship.
Dependency.
Yes, because maybe the car have a set color function, and now color class maybe it don't have car information like you will not to know the car.
Okay. So it's the same, but it's a weak dependency. It's a car depends on color, and color does not need to know car. Is that color? Similar to that, but I just give me your answer because different design. Yeah. You don't have any ideas about that? Which one you think is more, appropriate? Not to do that. What about a go beyond that? Of course, you put things like that, but what I wanted to hear, color and size are attributes of car. And I design that's color, right? So usually you would design, unless it's quite special, you wanted to put it as a class. So go beyond that. So your car, the attribute. Got it? There's an attribute. So go beyond, class relationship like that. So what's the relationship between, I said that, bank and employee and the multiplicity? Bank, employee. Eason.
Aggregation.
Aggregation. So you wanted to use which one as an aggregator?
The bank as an aggregator.
So it's as a bank, it's an aggregator. Employee.
Yes.
And what's the multiplicity?
Multiplicity. What's multiplicity?
Multiplicity, the number. said-
Number.
1 to 1, 1 to many is
Oh, one.
multiplicity.
One bank to zero to many employee.
Bank is a 0 employee.
One to many employee. Sorry.
Many. So yeah, probably so you wanted to see that as a bank, a bank. You know, it's 1 to many employee. All right. Yeah, you probably can do that. So bank depends on employee.
Yes. Yes.
If I said person,
Bank depends on.
passport, what's the relationship between person, passport? Audrey?
Composition.
So composition?
Mm.
Why?
One person can create one password.
One person is a one.
Yeah.
One person creates one passport. If we destroy person, then the gone with passport.
Yeah.
If we wanted to keep passport, can we use aggregator?
No, if the person is not exist, then the password may be you don't need to have the password.
So you gotta have a reason to support that, all right? If, you know, the country keep everything, even the person's debt, still keep that. Then not because the person's debt, then gone with passport, you need to keep the data. Then the data, data will be kept, right? So that depends on your design. Audrey, can we use association?
Can you say again?
Can we use association? This one? There's a general association.
Yes.
Yes, okay, this depends on what we design, right? This 1 to 1, all right. And here, if it's an association, it's 1 to 1, right?
Yeah.
So a person has one passport, right? And what do you think about, it is association, is it unary or binary? one way or two way?
One way, two way.
Two way. What's it?
Person need password and passport. Passport need personal information.
In person's information. And here's the thing that it's one-to-one. Can we create two persons and two passports? Two persons, two passports.
One person need one passport.
Yeah, can we create? We need two persons and two passports.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Then do it. Now write the code. Now. Here. Make it anyway, right? You can put it as an association or aggregation, whatever. But it should be one-to-one. But I want you to new two persons with name, two passport with number, all right? And then there should be one-to-one. Don't mix them up. Got it? Write the code now. Do it. I'm going to ask you 10 minutes. Work in a group, all right? Write the code. I want to create one person, one passport, two classes. It should be one-to-one. But you need to know two persons with different name, of course, different name. And two passports. And make sure person only has one passport. You cannot mix them up. And write the codes now. I'm going to ask you a result, 10 minutes. You can discuss within your group. If you can write this by hand, okay, all right. I told you that it's better to have your laptop, right? So I want you to write the code. If you don't know how to write it, go to the one who knows. All right. Discuss it in the group. If you don't know how to write this, don't sit here, all right? Go to your group and discuss that. 不会写，你要到你的 group， 你这个 group 全部都不会写，你得想办法，你没写出来不能下课。你们，我10分钟要问 ，OK？ 如果还是写不出来的话啊，你们 group 只要有一个可以写出来，你这个 group 可以下课 ，otherwise 你就不能下课。 Finish? You did that? Finish? Oh, you haven't finished yet. So what question you wanted to ask? So go back, go back to your seats. So group one has finished. All right. What about the other group? All right, so finish that. That's correct. If you don't know how to do it, you got to do it until you finish that. You can leave. I leave it to TA. All right. So TA is responsible to check them, their result, but you should know the answer, right? You should know that group one has done a good job. All right. They use this kinds, but this. They use, if you use competition, use a competition, you knew that. But group one, they didn't knew that. It's just habits, right? So habits, well, kind of, you use this one. It's association. Association is fine. If you use aggregation, then you have it, you said it, So I think it's the first one. Person has the passport as an attribute, but no, this is not aggregator. It's association, but fine. Association. Person knows passport. Fine for that. So either way, if it's an aggregator or it's a competitor, it's a different way to code it, right? So give your result to TA, so TA should know the answer. All right. Then you finish that, you can leave. You cannot just anyone of your team, finish, then you dismiss. So yeah, that's it. Great for good one.
就这个礼拜一样有作业哦，就是看一下哦，这次就是画那个这个。
好，那这次作业第一题是要把那个我们上次出的这个旅游计划系统画成活动图啊。那有的组员没有，有的组员可能没有写到那个 plan a trip， 就是类似这种管理你的计划。就我们这个管理计划里面，可能就会有像上次说的那个，就是你可能要选目的地啊，然后要选景点，然后要选交通方式，就是可能你选完之后，我们的顾客要可以透过这个方选，这个第二题这个管理计划这个方选来查看你所选的东西嘛。那这就是第二题，就是可能有的组员没做，但是这次的作业就是你必须要有这个，那你们就可以回去想一下你们要怎么做。然后这边第二个也是把它画成活动图，第二题才是活动图，第一题是 DFD， 好不好？第一题是 DFD。有问题吗？有问题吗？有问题吗？ 就是第二题只要画那个方选的活动图就好，但是这个活动图应该也不小了，因为毕竟它是一个有包含其他的 use case 嘛。哪一个作业？哦好，然后这个作业只会开到礼拜1、2、3、5、9。还有吗？还有，还有上次作业，这礼拜作业，没有上礼拜的作业，对啊，上礼拜作业要说已经公布下去了。那就说然后那个 assignment 的分数是会原始分数乘上参与度，所以参与度乘上参与度之后才会是你真正的分数哦，所以不是创客上面 key 60分你就拿60分，是要看 Excel 表的分数，所以参与度蛮重要的。好，那还有问题吗？第一组可以走啊，其他组